Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Garfield Heights High School. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Glenville versus Cleveland Central Catholic. In about 10 minutes, we will begin our pregame show as we prepare you for Game 1, but also the big game of the night as Garfield Heights takes on Richmond Heights at 7:45. Catch all the action live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We will see you all in 10 minutes. Live from the court side here, day 3 of the 2024 NEO Youth Christmas Classic, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as we have a little bit of a pregame encore performance before the first of 2 really big games tonight as Glenville takes on CCC. We saw both of these teams last weekend. Glenville did not enjoy their time, losing 79-62 to the Zebras of Wayne Memorial, while CCC, in one of the best games of this calendar year, took down a very good Maple Heights team, 79-69, and that was really enough to make this crowd go wild, as it was just a great game. It was a great back and forth affair. It was Maple going and just being a really good team, and then you see CCC doing the same, and in the end, they made it enough. We'll try this again now that we have the little microphone adapter now swung out here. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening from the court side. 2 very good teams. We have CCC right in front of me getting ready to go. They come in with a 5-1 record, taking on a very good 5-2 Glenville Tarblooders team who lost 79-62 to Wayne Memorial last Saturday, and that game was a great game and great overall performance. Jalen Allen, along with a very talented Carlos Medlock Jr., led the Zebra attack, and that was just too much to overcome for Glenville. Their key to victory tonight, Xavier Vickerstaff, getting him going a little bit earlier in this game, and they will have a good chance to come away with a victory. He was their top scorer in the loss, but still, plenty of other players can step up. Braylon Irby, the Cleveland Heights transfer, he can definitely be a key contributor, along with a very good Theo Castro, who heading into Youth Elite was the leading scorer for the Glenville Tarblooders. And as for CCC, last time out, a 79-69 victory over Maple Heights. It was a homecoming of sorts for King Young. King played his freshman year over at Maple Heights and now plays for the Iron Men. You can see them once again warming up to my right. I mean, they're looking pretty good. The old saying is, if you miss a lot of your pregame shots, you will have a great performance. We've seen a mixture of misses and makes, but as you can kind of see right now, they're heating up a little bit. You see the Stars start to get involved. They start to really get ready for this game as they have the tough task of living up to last year's encore performance before the big game. Last year, it was Lutheran West taking down Maple Heights 60-59, and because of that, we set the stage for a very good Garfield Heights-Richmond Heights game, which Garfield won because Richmond Heights missed an eventual buzzer beater. They will play at 7:45 once again tonight. As you can see, this place, it's getting packed behind me. A lot more people showing up, a lot more fans in attendance. This is what we expect for this competition. By 5:30, we expect standing room only, and it might be standing room only by 6:15 at this rate. You look at all these people surrounded by players from many different teams and people from all walks of life. This is what this competition is about. You have 2 really good teams on the floor at one time with a great community on either side surrounding them and cheering them on. Looking deeper into this matchup, winning in the paint, that is going to be a big detail. If you lose the rebounding battle at Youth Elite, it's going to be a loss. That's just how this competition works. We saw it last week. A very good slate of games. Defense was the main story. A lot of great defenders. The full court press, that ended up sealing a lot of teams' fate, starting with the Brush Euclid game all the way to the Elyria Wayne Memorial game on Sunday night. The full court press, if it was ran properly, it was good enough to will any team to victory, no matter the amount of 5 stars or 1 stars on a team. They were able to win just because of how good their full court press was. Right in front of me, you see some threes. Let's see some go in here. Still holding on hope. Corner three. There it is. CCC, they're getting ready to go. You see a lot of key players, including the one in front of me. Once again, King Young getting ready for a big performance again today. 24 points, a team high, along with Donnie Driscoll's 23, which was enough for that victory. Shifting gears to Garfield Heights Richmond, you have two teams who, like I said, played a 2-point game last year, and this year it is going to be a big, big deal if Dorian Jones doesn't play. Or so we think. He only had 2 points in the loss last year, and those 2 points, if he could have duplicated it or even added 10 points, that could have been enough for Richmond Heights to take down Garfield Heights, but he wasn't able to get going. If he can play tonight along with his two other D1 compatriots in Winters, along with Eric Barber, they might have a chance to take down a very good Garfield Heights team who still lost a lot of top talent. Speaking of talents returning, Devon Jackson in front of me has now the school record for most threes in a single game. And then you look at the other main man for Garfield Heights, Marcus Johnson. His dad, Sonny, he's over here somewhere. There he is, Coach Sonny Johnson, getting ready for a big, big game upcoming. He won Mr. Basketball in 1998. Now, 27 years later, they think that besides the banner up there for Player of the Year, they can add yet another Mr. Basketball to the fold here in Garfield Heights. You never know. There's a lot of top talents, and last year's went to Ohio State. So maybe, just maybe, that is a sign of things to come for Marcus Johnson, who has earned his nickname of MJ. Going back to last week in the victory over at Cleveland Heights, he had a big, big dunk, and that dunk was enough to seal the victory over the Tigers. A back and forth affair, but all it took was Marcus Johnson, one big slam, and that slam was enough for a key victory, keeping Garfield Heights undefeated. They have had plenty of quizzes up until now, but this is the big one tonight. Coach Johnson, get you real quick here for the pregame show. What do you think going into the Richmond game?
It's going down.
It's going down. As you like to say, it's going down here in Garfield.
Garfield game, it's going down. The whole event is crazy, and it's crazier because you're doing it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight. Coach Sonny Johnson, everyone. He is an icon here. Once again, won Mr. Basketball in 1998. He has coached here for a number of years. He has that banner up there, 350 victories, almost 500 by now. He has won so many games, whether in Jersey or on the sideline, for these Garfield Heights Bulldogs, and his legacy continues to grow, and it will expand now with Marcus in his junior year. A year and a half left to make Garfield proud and bring home the one thing he hasn't been able to, a state championship, and a statement starts tonight with the biggest test of their season, heading into another test of Lutheran East and the big one, brother versus brother, Warrensville Heights, coached by Demetrius Johnson, Sonny's brother, and that game will go down just after the calendar hits 2025. An exciting contest. There is a good chance we will be covering that game at DeVille, as their jersey says. They have the script D and then apostrophe Ville. So we will hopefully see Coach Johnson take on Coach Johnson. Johnson and Johnson, if you will. Still 13 minutes left to go before this game goes on. Glenville back out on the floor. CCC, they are still warming up. Glenville, they have a coach in his first year, and they have done a great job. And then you have CCC, a more experienced coach in Michael Duncan, I believe his son on the team as one of the big men. You look at that contrast in coaching. It could make a difference, but Glenville is a very good coach team, regardless of how many years their coach has spent on the staff. We do have our officials making their way to the floor. And as we go on over here to Media Row, this part of the facility is expected to fill up. Hopefully we'll be able to move the camera on over here and we can see just how good this looks, but already some media pulling up today. Expect a lot of videographers, a lot of writers, a lot of reporters. When you have arguably the biggest game in the state tonight, everyone will be here. As Coach Johnson said, it is going down here in Garfield, and hopefully we will have some more familiar names joining our panels at halftime and then leading up until the big game as Garfield Heights takes on Richmond Heights. But this game starting fives, don't know them offhand, but it really doesn't matter who the starting fives are. Both sides like to rotate their players. The bench is going to be pivotal in this matchup, especially for CCC, who doesn't play a large number of guys in comparison to Glenville. They're 8 or 9 guys that Coach Duncan likes to play. We'll be the ones who will make the biggest impact. We'll bring things back up here in a minute, but still 11:10 on the clock. A lot of predictions can be made of who is going to win this game. It's a toss-up. Both of these games are great games. Expect the same from last year. You saw last year's once again. We keep mentioning it because that is the gold standard for a preview before the nightcap of the last day at Youth Elite. You want a game that maybe people underrate a little bit and then lives up to all the hype it has by the end with a full capacity crowd on tap. So far, we are filling up since we've started. I would say a good 50 to 100 people have joined us here in Garfield Heights, and I'm sure we have a lot watching on the live stream right now as our subscribers have been going up, and I'm sure we will get a lot tonight. It's an Ohio State battle between Marcus Johnson and Dorian Jones. Once again, Dorian Jones questionable. He missed yesterday due to illness, so we will see if Dorian, the 4-star, will play Garfield Heights one final time in his illustrious 3-time state champion career over at Richmond Heights. Player of the game predictions going in. If we do see Glenville win, it will be because of Xavier Vickerstaff. Xavier Vickerstaff is the heartbeat of this Glenville team, along with a bunch of guys, but the offense starts with Xavier. And then for CCC, the man who has drawn a lot of criticism this past week, King Young. If this is a win for the Ironmen, it will come from King Young. As for the other game, Garfield Heights and Richmond Heights, if it's Garfield, MJ. Marcus Johnson will most likely be player of the game. That is just who he is. Marcus is an animal on this floor, and he can take over any game. And then the nightcap. I feel like Derek Barber, if there is no Dorian, will be the X factor. And even if Dorian does roll through these doors and play tonight, he can be an X factor if this would be a Richmond Heights victory. You look at Derek last night, a 2-point victory at the Hoopla because of him, 57-55. If they win, it is going to be because of him as either the number 2 to Dorian Jones or the number 1. But with that, this has been the 2024 NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic final day pregame show. We will see you throughout the night with panels and as well our play-by-play action with Kurt Mariola Jr. behind the camera and also on the call alongside me starting in 10 minutes. But for now, we will see you, and in a few minutes, we will hear a word from our wonderful sponsors and begin our official pregame set. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you. The first weekend was so nice, we had to do it twice. CCC Glenville up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point!
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable. Garfield Heights High School, one of the best venues in all of Northeast Ohio. Two great games on hand. This is Game 11 of the 2024 NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel as the 5-2 Glenville Tarblooders take on the 5-1 Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen. I am Nathan Smee, Kurt Mariola Jr. opposite left of me tonight. Kurt, I'm excited for both games tonight, but this has had a lot of media attention, unlike any encore before the big performance at this competition ever.
Hey, you know what? It's like, it's been labeled out here on social media. It's the King versus the Ville tonight here at Garfield Heights. And you cannot start off with a better game than this right here.
Setting the stage for this, King Young, a dominant performance in his homecoming to Maple Heights. 24 points for the sophomore as they took down the Mustangs by 10. As for Glenville, a 79-62 defeat at the hands of Carlos Medlock Jr. and the Wayne Memorial Zebras. Kurt, what needs to change from the Ville as they stand on the logo to ensure they have a great chance of victory tonight?
They got to play like a team. Last weekend we saw them. They played great. They played a very tough Wayne Memorial team, but you know what? At the end of the day, they fought hard. We know what Glenville can do, but can they finish? That is what's going to come out of it. Can they finish in the second half tonight?
That will be a massive question on the table tonight. Coach Michi Johnson of the Warrensville Heights Tigers has rolled in. He masterminded an upset victory against the Lou last Sunday. Now he gets to sit back and watch his brother take on one of the best teams in all of Northeast Ohio at 7:45 as Richmond Heights rolls in. Still some question marks left to go with the status of Dorian Jones, but we will call a spade and call this one CCC and Glenville. We'll toss it downstairs to get us underway.
Hey, welcome to the third day of the NEOU Elite Christmas Classic. And on behalf of the staff here This first game will feature the gentleman from Cleveland Central Catholic versus the gentleman from Glenville. Both of these high schools are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and friendship amongst member schools. The athletes in this game are friendly rivals. Let me say that again. The athletes in this game are friendly rivals. While competition may be fierce, all in attendance tonight are reminded that appropriate behavior is expected and required. At this time, if we could take a moment and if all of us could please rise, and if all gentlemen could also remove any hats and hoods and even remove any listening devices. That goes for all of us. If we can do that as we stand now for the playing of the Stars Spangled Banner.
Once again, good evening and welcome into Garfield Heights High School, Game 11 at the 2024 NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic as the CCC Ironmen take on the Glenville Tarblooders. Once again, I am Nathan Smee, Kurt Mariola Jr. opposite left of me this evening. Kurt, we talked about it in pregame. We talked about it in our own pregame set. But this game, this is what you want from your second last game of a competition. If this is what you're putting out there, then what the heck what you have in your big game?
You know what, in your big game, you got two amazing five-star recruits with Marcus and Dorian. Those two are going to go at it tonight, and that's going to be even better than this.
CCC and Glenville think otherwise. It is going to be a tight clash. CCC, they have won at this competition this year. Glenville, not so much. And the opening tip is flung out of play, immediately picked off and banked in. A quick start for Trevor McPherson and the Tarblooders. How about that? The hustle from Donnie Driscoll tosses it right to the Tarblooders, and they walk away with 2 points. Now here comes CCC on their first official offensive possession. Driscoll had 23 in the last game, is fouled in the lane, and he will go to the line. Kurt, what a start there.
Look, you know, Glenville under a little bit of pressure here. They haven't really won a big game yet, but tonight this would be a game for them to win, and they have to come out starting strong on that defense, but they also got to light it up out there on the court tonight.
So far this season for the Tarblooders, they have victories against CVCA, Rhodes, JFK, John Hay, and East Tech, and transgressions against Cleveland Heights and Wayne Memorial. Driscoll makes both, evened up at 2 as Donnie makes up for the error. And a stark contrast to a lot of games last week, we have scoring in the opening minute. Castro will cough it up, and King Young will walk away with possession. A lot of pressure on that young man's shoulders. Swung outside, Alexander hands it off. Duncan from the basketball floats it off iron, and the rebound is snagged by Lorenzo Stanley, who had 5 points in the loss last Saturday. Theo Castro, Glenville needs him to heat up. Loose ball, flick to the corner, the 3, it's in! Trevor McPherson, 5 quick points for the Tarblooders. They lead by 3.
Hey, look, Glenville's up 5-2. That's awesome. But now, if they can get a good defensive stop here and take it back down.
Young floats, can't get it to go, and the rebound is snagged by Stanley. A hot start for the Tarblooders. Vickerstaff corner, McPherson, money! Trevor McPherson, 8 points in 90 seconds.
Just like that, Nate. Just like I said, get off to a hot start, get that momentum here. Glenville has this. Now, can they control the momentum here the rest of this game?
We talked about a lot of guys in the pregame show. McPherson was not one of them. And now he has 8 points, a 6-point lead for Glenville, and their fans, they're enjoying this. They're loving this.
And they are. You know, this is a big game. This is NEO. This is a classic. Second to last game of the night, they got to come out and they got to play hard here.
Derek Alexander will take it up the floor. 5 points in the victory against Maple Heights. Alexander banks, no good, out of play, and at last touches a white jersey. 8-2, a high-flying start for the Tarblooders offense. 2 threes and a 2 for Trevor McPherson. I know a lot of the Cleveland fans are hoping this is the only McPherson who has a good game today. Duncan spinning against Vickerstaff. Great defense by the Tarblooders. Driscoll will snag, pumps at the elbow, flings out. Glenville wanted a travel, won't get it, and King Young will plant and launch, and can't get it to go off iron. Donnie Driscoll picks it up and is stripped in the process. Here come the Tarblooders trying to punish the Ironmen once again. Flung outside, Vickerstaff on the pump fake once again, and he will be relieved by Theo Castro. Castro, a sharpshooter in his own right.
And look at this, Glenville does not want to slow this game down. They want to keep the pace, and they want to keep that tempo going because it's affecting CCC here a little bit right now.
And immediately, as they slowed down that possession, they travel.
Glenville is a fast-paced team. They got to run this court. They do that, they may come away with this win tonight.
And when you have a team like CCC who is built to win late in the second half, that is tough to undermine and take down. Duncan, the three over Vickerstaff, a little shy, and McPherson picks up the pieces. McPherson has been everywhere so far. And that's what you want to see from him. The mid-range J on point. Braylon Irby, the Cleveland Heights transfer, puts Glenville in double figures. I will say, when I posted the graphic this week, Irby was the first player to swipe up and say, "See you Saturday." He knew the cameras were out, and he knew what he had to do in this game.
And, you know, these players on both teams, and I'm talking for both here, they're excited about this game. They're under the spotlight. They got a lot of social media attention. They want to make this the best game they can right now.
And Media Row just behind this basket. Driscoll pulls up and gets it to go. Donnie Driscoll putting on the moves, has all four for CCC. 4:35 on the clock in the opening frame. It is Glenville up by 6. Xavier Vickerstaff in front of CCC's bench, the behind the back, and the three is off point. What a basket that would have been.
If that basket would have went, this whole place was going to erupt. You would not be able to hear in here at all.
Drake Alexander, King Young goes to the ground off ball, flung to the corner, the three, it's in. And here is Donovan Driscoll announcing his arrival in NEO. I mean, he sort of announced it last week, but right now he has all 7 for CCC, and he has single-handedly roared back on a 5-0 run. And you need that sort of leadership. King Young, his offense, it hasn't been on point quite yet. He needs to heat up. But in the meantime, you have a guy like Donnie Driscoll who can take that pressure off of King. Every team needs a player like him.
Yeah, you know what? And King Young, he's only a sophomore. The pressure shouldn't really always be on him.
And there is a charge drawn by King Young. He was known for that in the last game against Maple, sending Mike Banks, the Padua transfer, who actually had his backflip intro reposted yesterday by Max Preps, to the bench because he fouled him twice in 30 seconds.
Well, you know what? King Young, I like this kid. He's young, he's good, and he gets nitty and gritty here. He is going to become a top player here in the state of Ohio. Give him another year or so. This kid is something special to watch.
Pun intended by Young. 3:45 on the clock in the opening frame. 10-7, Glenville in the lead. Step back three for Young. Unable to get it to go, a little too shy on the shot, and Glenville will pick up the defensive rebound. And here come the Tarblooders in their red and white. Step back three. McPherson can't get that one to go. Still a loose ball. Vickerstaff the putback, and there is a foul on the shot. Xavier cleaned it up, and he will earn a trip to the line. And that is the first foul of the game going against CCC. So 10-7 with Xavier Vickerstaff, who had 22 points in the loss at the line. He was the heartbeat, and he needs to be the heartbeat here. His first of 2 is on point. He is the third scorer of the day alongside McPherson and Irby for the Tarblooders. And right now, if you are Coach Byron Ottrix, you're happy. You're up by 4 early in this game, but there's still plenty of basketball left to go. Driscoll gets the rebound as Vickerstaff splits the pair. Still a 2-possession game. Driscoll into the corner. Duncan swings outside, the pump, the step back, it won't matter. A travel is called as Kendall Sheffield is the culprit. He got a little too comfortable with the basketball, and now Glenville once again forces a turnover. A lot of turnovers, not really caused by defense though. Castro outside the arc, matched with King Young. Will swing behind his back. Nelson will dish it out. Theo Castro goes again. High point inside. Vickerstaff amid the traffic off the front iron as Kendall Sheffield will come down with the loose ball. 2:45 on the clock, and here come the Ironmen. No look pass, corner three, and no foul called. Basket also no good. The putback is not there, but a foul is called as Sheffield went up. McPherson will be the man called.
And look at this. CCC is going to the line. They're only down by 4. If they stop the turnovers here, get some points, get a good defensive stop, this game can flip-flop real quick. But you know what? It's not always how you start, it's how you finish. In a big game like this, I feel you got to start strong, but you got to finish strong tonight.
We have seen a lot of games get out of hand early at this competition. We go back to the opening game last Saturday, Brush and Euclid. Euclid was up early in that game, and then the full court press was just too much from Coach Chet Mason. The second is on point. Sheffield will split the pair, making it a 3-point game. But still, 2.5 minutes left to go in the first frame. Time is flying off the clock. Theo Castro has a screen awaiting, will move himself, tries to step back, there it is, and he can't get the basket to go. Xavier Vickerstaff able to pick it up, boxes his way inside, still no good, and it's finally swung out of play. Kendall Sheffield gets a big hand. And that is great scrappy defense. The ball loose in the air. Obviously, you want to come down with that rebound, but still the resilience by CCC gave them a chance to make a play, and finally Sheffield so close to completing it, but it will stay with Glenville as he was on the line.
And you know what? Number 5, Xavier, you know, he's much taller, he's much bigger, but these CCC guys are not afraid to go at it with him. And that's awesome to see because usually the bigger man wins.
And still, Glenville, to your point, is winning, and a foul is called. And that will go against number 2, I believe, Marquise Foster. That will be the second foul of the frame against Cleveland Central Catholic. Still 2 minutes on the clock. No more fouls to get from Glenville. 2 more for CCC, and the Tarblooders lead by 3. They can't make it 6. That shot off point from Hobson, who had 10 points in the loss against Wayne Memorial. Alexander will pump on the 3, swings to the corner. Mike Duncan makes his move, barreling in, can't get it to go off of the glass, and Irby will pick it up. No look, Castro, the swing and shot, it's in! Theo Castro getting going a lot earlier than he did against Wayne Memorial. The Ville very pleased.
That's crucial. Get going now, especially him. He wasn't hot, too hot the last game, but you know what? He's changing that tonight. And every player in this Glenville team has to play more as a team than what they did last week.
And I know we saw the media presence University had on his story. We had some people talking, saying Glenville would win this one big. And that was the anticipation coming in for a lot of people. Duncan coast to coast off the window, and it's swung. Stays with Glenville. Excellent defense by Hobson. And here comes Theo Castro and the gang. Irby can't get it to go. Kept in play, but no. A good attempt by Arvell Nelson, but not enough zip. But another great piece of defense. Once again, at Youth Elite, you expect the offense to be the main point of difference. But no, it's defense this year.
And it's going to continue being defense. Yes, both of these teams can score points. We know that. We've seen it happen. But in a game like this, if I'm the coach, I'm looking at you like, you got to lock down tonight. If you don't lock down, we're not going to win this game.
Young in the lane will swing outside. No look, the 3. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball, Castro picks it up. Vickerstaff in transition, and a charge is called. Coach Duncan fired up on the sidelines as the Ironmen force another turnover.
That CCC crowd, they're loud. This is awesome. You know, the scene right now is beautiful. But later tonight, we can almost double this attendance here.
There's not much room to double that attendance, Kurt. It's pretty much full in here. They'll stand.
Garfield versus Shaker back 4 years ago, there was 2,100 people in this arena right here, this little gym.
Sounds like a lot of people in a smaller space, but that is the beauty of high school sports. 10 seconds left to go. Young still looking to get on the scoreboard. He will keep for the final shot. What is King's encore? But no, the encore will wait. A 5-second violation. We see the shot clock classic in Canton going on. That call would be removed, but as of right now, I don't see any shot clock. It's a violation. Final shot of the opening frame at the horn. I don't think he got it off in time. It won't count as Vickerstaff and the Tar Blooders will go back to their bench. Pleased, up 14-8. We will step aside. This is the 2024 NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 14-8 Glenville over CCC. Your score through one. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee. Kurt Mariola Jr. opposite of me on the call this evening. Kurt, a great first quarter from Glenville. What looked different about this Tar Blooders team in comparison to the game we saw of them against Wayne Memorial?
It's the big game, and everyone's wondering when Glenville is going to come out, play hard, but also try and win a big game like here tonight.
And their defense showing up when the cameras and the lights are out in full effect. A turnover picked off of Young, and here comes Nelson in the lane. No good. Vickerstaff, the putback is true. Vickerstaff, his first field goal of the game. Glenville up by 8, and the Ville, they are making a statement. King Young will swing. He is still looking for his first points of the ball game. Foster, high point, King Young in front of the courtside seats will go in, and he can't get it to go. An acrobatic attempt of a finish, but still the finish missing. King Young, he needs to break the goose egg quick. Vickerstaff, near side, Nelson. Far side almost picked off. The three bounces out, loose ball, and Nelson will get it and will swing. But it doesn't matter. Jump ball called. It will stay with the Tar Blooders. Another great piece of defense. I believe James was there for CCC trying to get a good enough piece. But Glenville, they won't back down without a fight. And that is what you expect from these Tar Blooders. Step back corner three. Bounces back rim. Loose ball picked up. Hobson. And he will get it off to Vickerstaff. And Vickerstaff makes his move and makes his two. A 10-point lead for the Ville. King Young, with the lights bright, needs to step up. Here comes King from just inside the arc, off front rim, and Vickerstaff will pick it up. Here come the Tar Blooders. Hobson, Euros, and it's swatted. There is King Young on defense. He needed a start, and that will help.
It will. You know, on offense-wise, King Young, he needs to settle down just a little bit, though. He's taken a couple too many shots that he shouldn't be taking in this big of a game as of right now.
Shot selection is everything right now. Driscoll makes his move, acrobatic, not true, and Nelson will come down with the board for the Ville. Glenville once again holds up on defense, and here comes their high-flying offense. Vickerstaff, the screen. Stanley into the corner. Here comes Davenport, far side. Nelson makes his move off the glass, no good, but the putback is there. Vickerstaff, a professional dishwasher, puts it in, and now it's a 12-point lead for Glenville. Timeout CCC as the Ville is rocking. This is what you want to see from them.
Yeah, and you know what? Vickerstaff-wise, CCC is probably in that huddle right now saying, what are we going to do to stop him? Right now, he's lights out on this court. He is taking control of this game.
But still 5:36 on the clock in the first half. Still one more game after this. It is the big one, Richmond Heights taking on Garfield Heights. You can stream that game along with all 11 of its predecessors live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, as this year we had full coverage of the Classic, and hopefully we will be here for years to come, as this was a great experience all the way around. We saw a lot of great games, starting with the first one. After that game, I thought, okay, it was a blowout. It was still an enticing game, but then you go down the stretch, you get to that Garfield game. That was great. We were introduced to Turtle, Quinn Kwasniak, who put up 53 points earlier today and 9 threes. Here's a stat for you. Through 2 games this weekend, 51 points on average, 9.5 threes per game for Turtle. And then we went to day 2. A lot of great games. CCC Maple, along with Lutheran East and Warrenville Heights, the 2 main highlights. But right now, 28 Glenville in the driver's seat. We need the Ironmen to show up in full force. Duncan, the bench getting loud. Michael floats it, can't get it to go, grabs his own miss, and he will retreat outside the arc. Foster, cutting right, will float from afar, can't get it to bounce in, as Davenport will grab the rebound. Another defensive stop by Glenville. We almost sound like a broken record at this point. Stanley has it with 5 minutes on the clock. The Ville thriving. Nelson, the mid-range, and he is clobbered. A clear as day trip to the line for 2. Doesn't get any clearer than that as a foul.
No, it doesn't.
And it's Arvell Nelson, one of the key players in this summer league run of the year gone by. First one not good. The free throw battle could be one to watch down the stretch, as if this game progresses as it has, we might not have either team hit 50. James gets big and grabs the rebound over Vickerstaff. A crucial board. Sheffield will swing top of the arc. Mike Duncan. Dunk, no look back. Marquise Foster bounces in. Marquise from downtown puts CCC in double figures and back within 9. So now, what does Glenville have to say about it? Can their offense continue their great responses? They cannot on that attempt. James grabs the board, and CCC is settling into day 3. Foster being clobbered will dish to Duncan. Mike makes his move with plenty of pace, can't finish over Vickerstaff as Xavier grabs the rebound. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. A lot of clock left, but Glenville, they are playing the clock like it's an instrument. Driscoll grabs the loose ball on the turnover. Sheffield, one man to beat, and he can't beat him, but the foul call can. Just like in Marvel, you can't defeat me. Yes, but he can. And he is the foul. But still, I like that move from CCC. You have them drive in the lane, get the other team in foul trouble. Right now, you do not have King Young on the floor, to my knowledge. Yeah, no, he's not on the floor. He is currently taking a breather. You need to have other players step up. You need to have more guys drive in and create some chaos. At this point, think like King. Get the other team in foul trouble.
Yeah, you know what? And it's all about getting into foul trouble. Like we saw last weekend, a lot of foul trouble early in these games. But right now, there's not a lot of foul trouble going on, but that's one of CCC's strengths. They can get you into foul trouble when they have to.
They split the pair, can't get the loose ball, and now they can. Great defense, Foster double teamed, almost a travel. Maybe got away with one, and here comes James and the Ironmen. into the corner. Sheffield spins, makes his move, and banks it in. Here come the Ironmen once again. And this is why you have to finish strong, no matter the first half or the entire game. CCC is a second half team. Castro, too shy, rebound Sheffield. Coach Duncan telling his team to push the floor. Foster will pump, and a travel violation called, and that will put a squash in momentum. They needed a basket there, or at least a good shot, not a travel.
You know, they can get that momentum right back by forcing a turnover. You know, by all means, Glenville doesn't score here. CCC takes this ball back and scores. They're still in it.
Castro into the corner. Vickerstaff being guarded heavily. Bounce pass inside. Great vision. And the putback. Both of them not there. And CCC will pick up the pieces. And a foul called as Donnie Driscoll goes into the media section on this side. But so far, not a lot of points, but I am loving this competition. You have two teams who, let's call a spade, don't really like each other, battling it out in a great game. This is what you want to see from high school sports. 2:38 on the clock in the first half. 2014, the Ville on top.
Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
This crowd is impressive. This gym filling out, and this game pretty much like a storybook. You have one team menacing over another one, and then the team in distress coming back and roaring near the end of the first half. Kurt, this is anyone's game.
Yeah, you know what? And CCC was down big. We get that. But you know what? They had to click. They had to get some baskets here. But they're starting to force some turnovers. And that's key right now. CCC gets his ball back now after Marquis got that foul drawn. But you know what? That smile on him, he knew it was going to be a foul to get CCC the ball back. But can they get a quick score here and a great another stop? They could tie this game up right before halftime.
And basketball in this region, you see a lot of teams play the attempt to draw the offensive foul game. It is just a characteristic. You see it here at Garfield. You see it over in Parma. You see it the more towards Cleveland you get, west side and east side alike. That is just how basketball is played out here. You see a lot of offensive fouls drawn, opposed to Stark County, my viewers from the Alliance area. Watch an Alliance game. Coach Harper really doesn't coach that. He does. You see it a couple of times, but really the way they play defense is you trap and then you get rebounds. Very similar to this, and oh, a kickball into the stands. University keenly picks up that one as he's picking us up right now. I've seen that camera move over here a couple of times. We might need to have a counter. How many times do we make it on University's social media pages tonight? He said 10 times. Still 2.5 left to go in the first half. Still game number 1 out of 2 tonight. James will swing. Sheffield into the corner. Donnie Driscoll, and Driscoll, he has been a key contributor so far today, a leading 7 points for these Ironmen. The pivot outside, Donnie Driscoll against Castro, makes his move at the elbow, bounce pass outside, loose ball, and it's swung back up by Duncan, and a foul is called. Little uppercut there to get the ball back.
Yeah, you know what? CCC right now is just saying, hey, we can put you in foul trouble all night long if we really have to. But that's what's keeping them in the game right now, is by getting fouls, getting to the line.
And someone else who can get them back into this game is the young man with the basketball, King Young. What can King do in the final 2 minutes of the opening frame? And he bounces it out of play. Not exactly what was planned on that possession, just a little miscommunication. But right now, Kurt, the scoreboard a lot drier and lower than we expected. But still, this is tough physical basketball, and this is what you want to see. The catch and shoot, no good on the three, and here come the Ironman, but it's picked off. Braylon Irby gets it in transition, will swing, Vickerstaff bounces out, no good, still loose. The Ville gets it, the putback not on point. Vickerstaff still can't get it to go, and James will end the nonsense. But Braylon Irby picked that ball out of transition and gave a real chance to the Ville to make something happen.
Yeah, and you know what? We've been looking for this defensive battle game. We got it tonight here in the first game.
1:05 on the clock in the first half. Here comes King Young with a full head of steam going down the floor. Will swing, Mike Duncan. Duncan in the lane, floats it off point. Driscoll gets the rebound, pumps and banks. Great patience by Donnie Driscoll, who has 9. CCC back within 4. This response has been great. I don't know the last time we saw Glenville score. I believe it was 29 at one point, so a 7-0 run. So far, we've seen a 5-0 run and a 7-0 run for CCC. Basketball is indeed a game of runs. But still 40 seconds left to go in the first half. A lot of action to unpack at the half. The bank not open as Deontay James will come down with the rebound. And here comes CCC down by 4. Duncan, King Young, King still looking to get on the scoreboard. Bounce pass, Duncan. Sheffield setting an off-ball screen, no one near him. Duncan step back mid-range, rolls, no good. Sheffield flies in for the rebound, and a foul is called. That will send them to the line. CCC making stuff happen out of thin air.
And they're going to have to keep doing that. But King Young, where has he been all half?
He has been in Glenville's back pocket.
You know, if King Young can find a way to get going, CCC could open this score wide open.
King will need a tremendous performance in the second half, and he knows it. He is a player, despite his age, who can own how the game is going. And that is what we respect about King Young. Not the fact that he can go out and put 20 and 10 up a night. We respect the fact that he can fight even though he is struggling in a game. 10 seconds left to go. This will be most likely the final possession of the opening half. Castro will float on point. It's good. Theo Castro now with 5. Young can't get it to go. And that is all she wrote for the first half as Matt Gould's video camera almost gets greeted by a miss from King Young. 16 minutes in the books here at Garfield Heights High School. 22-17, the Ville on top over CCC. We will step aside, hear a word from our sponsors, and be back on in a few moments to rehash the first half.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
As we return to Garfield Heights High School for the second half of CCC and Glenville. If you or someone you know is a small business or regular business owner looking to have your brand featured on our live streams as a sponsor, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to best promote you and your brand. Thank you to our 3 game sponsors today, along with NEO Youth Elite, for giving us the ability to broadcast these 2 games to conclude this year's NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic. 22-17, Glenville over CCC as we rejoin the action at the top of the third quarter here. I am Nathan Smee, Kurt Mariola Jr. on the call alongside me. Kurt, an intriguing 16 minutes. I think we expected a lot more offense, but so far it has been a defensive and turnover battle. What has been the difference maker for Glenville in comparison to CCC?
You know, Glenville they started really hot, right? But they slowed down a lot. The scoring slowed down. And that's what has helped CCC to stay in this game. But CCC has also forced turnovers, getting fouls drawn now, getting them back to the line, and getting the free points.
And as well, when you look at the box score of this game, Xavier Vickerstaff, 7 points. The star player, or so-called star player of Glenville, you have McPherson, who has 8 out there. But then you look at CCC, their star, 0 points from King Young. What needs to change from him?
He needs to stop taking a lot of shots that he shouldn't be taking, you know, in double team, right? Taking a shot, just throwing it up there. You don't have the time to just heave up a shot when you think it's right, because Glenville can score, and we know that. Take smarter shots, look for the ball, look to get open, then take the shots. Control the paint, then expand out to the 3 line.
A lot can definitely still go down as we are about to get underway for the second half. We'll bring Rock into the fold here, a.k.a. University. You saw that first half. What are your thoughts on both of these teams?
So both sides are playing extremely good defense, but what I noticed with Glenville, they seem to be more in a better flow. I don't really see too much of CCC's offense being able to trump Glenville's defense, but I do still think it's going to be a tight game. It might go down the wire. Let's see how it goes.
Thank you, University, for joining us. Looking forward to hopefully being able to do the game on January 7th with you at the Rock. Obviously, Lutheran West Gymnasium, the Whitrock Gymnasium, one of the best overall venues in all of Northeast Ohio. Still 16 minutes left to go in game 1, and then it is the big one. Richmond Heights taking on Garfield Heights. Coach Johnson, he is getting ready to go the best way Coach Johnson knows how to. Being relaxed an hour before the biggest game of the season. That is just who Coach Johnson is.
Yeah, you know what? Coach Johnson, unbelievable coach. But when it's an hour before the game, he will not talk to anybody. It is game time for Garfield Heights.
And it's funny, last year, up until 15 minutes before the game, he was checking the door, making sure this place didn't oversell. Young, the 3, can't get it to go. James grabs the loose ball. Young will take it back, flings to the corner. Alexander bounces it out, no good, and the rebound goes to Lorenzo Stanley, and the Ville opens up the half with a stop. Beautiful spin and drive and bucket. Trevor McPherson getting hot at the beginning of yet another half. Still plenty more basketball left to go. CCC down by 7, but they are not out of this one yet. James, top of the arc. Young getting open, and instead it will go to Derek Alexander. Donnie Driscoll, the leading scorer of the Ironmen. Loose ball, dives on it, and we will have finally a foul call. Took a second.
Yeah, you know, Glenville got that basket. They got some momentum starting here. But if CCC wants to remain in this game, they are going to have to go a little bit up-tempo, but they got to score. This is the quarter to score the points. Because if not, you let Glenville have a big enough lead, they may take control of it in the fourth quarter.
Derek Alexander will have it at the top of the arc. 7 minutes left to go in the third. Derek makes his move, will pump, swings inside to James, no one home, and Irby will pick it up. Glenville, another great defensive possession. And here come the Tar Blooders looking to inflict more pain. Irby hooks, basket. Braylon Irby now with 4 points. He had 5 in the loss against Wayne Memorial, and the Cleveland Heights transfer is really getting in his groove right now. King Young still on the prowl for his first points. Bounce pass, Mike Duncan. Duncan will direct traffic. Young trying to find an opening. The fling. Driscoll makes his move in the lane and is stripped out of play. It goes to the Ville. Trevor McPherson on the strip. 3 defensive possessions and 3 forced turnovers.
Look at it this way. Glenville is coming out in this third quarter. They're making a statement. They're making a run. But they're telling CCC, this is over. It's our game, and we're going to control it the rest of the way.
And it's swatted out of bounds. James gets a piece. And that's TK down there throwing it back in. The growth that he has had this year, I believe around this point, just under 3,000 followers, all the way up to 20,000. So definitely one of the biggest growers this year. Shout out TK, hoping to have him talk at some point this evening. Young toss to the floor, and that is a clear foul. And that foul will go against Lorenzo Stanley. But definitely a clear foul.
Yeah, and just walked right through here through the gymnasium doors is the new head varsity football coach, Max Stevens.
Coach Max Stevens was here on Saturday to see his old school take on his new one. Still looking to see the arrival of Richmond Heights. Don't have eyes on them quite yet. King Young will swing. Driscoll makes his move inside with the right hand. Off back iron, and Vickerstaff will corral. And once again, stop us if you've heard it. Glenville gets the stop. The basket, not so much. Loose ball. Vickerstaff chucks it, and it goes in the backcourt. Driscoll will pick it up, and McPherson gets a piece, tossing it out of play. Even when errors happen, you see a strong, resilient bunch. And that is the Glenville way. And now the PA announcer telling people to squeeze in a little bit. The 3, well off the mark, no good. Castro will pick it up, and here comes the Ville. Vickerstaff into the corner. The 3 bounces side rim, goes high, and Young will tip the rebound to Mike Duncan. A must-score possession. Young will take inside, fling, stop the arc. Duncan for 3, and he goes to the ground. Also the miss, and it will go back to Glenville. In the first 3 minutes of the second half, a 4-0 run for Glenville. It doesn't seem like much, but you look at the scoreboard, those 4 points all of a sudden become a big chunk of the points. And in games like this, where it's a catch-40 situation, every point will matter just a little bit more. Even a tough 2 will pretty much feel like a 3, and a 3 will feel like an N1. McPherson bounce pass, Vickerstaff, and a foul is called. The basket is good, and Vickerstaff will go to the line trying to seal a 3-point play. 28-17, an 11-point game. Vickerstaff with a free throw here would be in double figures, and that is a good cushion.
Yeah, you know what, and with Glenville, you know, they're starting to score now. That 4-0 run, it meant everything right there. As good as both of these defenses are playing tonight, it's all coming down to defense, but whoever scores the most.
James will pick up the rebound, and here comes CCC. Young still looking to score outside. Duncan for 3. Well shy, loose ball, and Driscoll will pick it up. Still an 11-point mountain to climb. Driscoll will swing, almost gets it back on the bounce. McPherson shoves. Castro just behind the line, bounces out. Loose ball, Irby picks up the pieces and puts it together for 2. And we have a whistle. Timeout called by CCC. Full timeout by Coach Duncan. to talk things over. 30-17, Glenville on top over CCC.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Still plenty of elite basketball left to go. Third quarter, game 1 out of 2 to close out this year's NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic. It is Glenville up 30-17 over CCC. It has been all tar blooders this evening, currently on an 8-0 run, and going back to last half, a kill shot, a 10-0 run. On the end around, Sheffield. Kendall making his move, shifting left, the three. Shy, no good. McPherson picks it up. No look swing. Irby inside, will hook and make it. Braylon Irby now with 8 points, 32-17. A 12-0 run spanning back to the dying moments of the first half where Theo Castro kicked it off. No look. Sheffield to end the run. Can't get it to go. And it's picked up once again by DeVille as Vickerstaff will pick it up. Castro moves inside, no look pass, Irby can't get that one to go, and will pick up his own miss, and can't get the and one, but still a trip to the line. This is all Glenville.
Yeah, you know, Glenville just came out in the second half. They took control. They're dominating the court on all aspects of this court tonight. You know, Glenville came out. They know they had to win a big game. Looks like they're going to get that big win tonight.
Up by 15. A lot of points on hand and a lot of lead as well. Irby's first. Rolls out, no good. Derek Alexander will check in for Kendall Sheffield. CCC just looking to make any changes possible. They have a lot of their stars out of the game. You see Donovan Driscoll and King Young off of the court. And Irby will split the pair, give him 9 so far, an elite performance at the Christmas Classic. Derek Alexander, CCC, looking for any sort of response. Duncan takes it inside, will bank, not there, and the rebound will go to the Tarblooders, courtesy of Jahi Hobson. Hobson, a key figure inside the paint. Irby shifting inside. It's picked up by Duncan. Can the Ironmen erase the goose egg? No, they can't. It's hustle defense, and it goes the opposite way. What great hustle by Jahi Hobson to knock that one out.
Glenville right now is not letting CCC back in this game. And that's what Glenville is going to keep doing. They've done it, and they're going to keep rolling with it. They are shutting CCC down a lot faster than I think some people did anticipate in this game.
Glenville has taken the crown off of King. And now we do have a discussion between two of the officials as they have a lovely conversation about dinner after this, and they will reverse the call. Stick with us after this one. We have one more great game tonight. Garfield Heights takes on Richmond Heights in what will be an excellent nightcap and an excellent end of a great competition. 12 games in the books after tonight. No more until next year. This is one of the best ways to end out the year. One of the best three. Either here, the Shot Clock Classic in Canton, or the Holiday Hoopla in Canton. Or not Canton, excuse me, Columbus. Duncan to inbound, will dish it out to Foster. And here come the Ironmen once again. Foster stripped, and this time they call it a foul. But still, a lot of difficulty holding on to the basketball. Kurt, as we start to prepare for the next game, I think looking at the score and looking at the clock, more importantly, we are starting to get in the mood for Garfield Heights, Richmond Heights. What do you think we will see from that game? Will we see a lower scoring slugfest, or will we see the points piled on?
You know, I think the points are going to pile on in that game. You have two awesome five-star recruits going at it, you know, from both teams. And everyone is anticipating that game. They want to score, but they want to show out to the world here.
I think Marcus has a couple of dunks in his back pocket. And with that basket going in, those are the first points of this half scored by CCC, and that is the second. Marquise Foster opens it up. He has 5. A 14-point mountain picked off, and here come the Ironmen once again. It's Donnie Driscoll. And now we have a 12-point game. Glenville working quicker than usual. They felt that 4-point swing, and they do not want it to get any worse. CCC with that basket interrupted a 13-point swing. The corner three, it's shy, and it's still picked up. Nelson in traffic banks it in. Arvell Nelson, his first 2 points of the game and 2 pivotal points. 2 minutes on the clock in the third, and it's a loose ball. Here comes the Ville. Castro in transition, banks, it's lost, and it is still loose. Glenville somehow comes away with the loose ball. Foster thought he had it, but just didn't have enough. And here comes the Ville again, in transition and in the lane. Stanley is fouled. I like that run, though. You once again force your way to the basket, put CCC in foul trouble. You see the way they are playing this game. They are almost playing defensive offense at this point, just trying to keep this game within an arm's reach. If you have to send another guy who you have favored off of your bench back there, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, you know, with CCC right now, you see that King Young has not really played much at all this half. And I'm honestly questioning what is Coach, doing with him. Is it, he's just not getting hot tonight? Or does he have something else up his sleeve to get CCC back in this game somehow?
They need something. And both are good from Stanley. Stanley now with 2 points, 37-21. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. This was a 5-point game, and it has swung completely red. Mid-range, off kilter. Alexander will keep it in play, but it's picked off by Stanley. Up the court, a good plant pivot and basket. Jahi Hobson, his first 2 points of the game, 39-21. The Ville cruising. Who saw this coming? So 1:04 left to go in the third. I feel like this is a big surprise. Maybe you expected Glenville to win, but I don't think we expected almost a 20-point game heading into the final frame. Not at all. But still, here we are. Glenville, so far the better team on the day. And another turnover by CCC. And here comes Nelson and the Tarblooders, picked off by Duncan. Still a chance for the Ironman, and a foul is called. Mike Duncan will go to the line. But still a mountain to climb if you are Cleveland Central Catholic.
Yeah, you know what, and going to this fourth quarter, they got to find a way to build some momentum, but they got to get scoring here. It could almost be too late that Glenville might have just sealed the victory.
Still plenty of time in the mind of CCC and Coach Michael Duncan. Speaking of Duncan, he makes his first. The coach, Michael Duncan, a 2002 alum of CCC, trying to guide his alma mater deep into the playoffs this year. So far with a 5-1 record in hand, he has done an excellent job starting them off on the right path, with their only loss coming against a very good Gilmore team by 4 points. Duncan will make both. 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And a loose ball, it will go to the Ville. Anticipation definitely growing in this building. To our left, I don't see an open seat. I think that side completely sold out. Our section where we are, pretty much sold out too. We might be sold out already. I think we are. But still, more and more people come in just to stand and have a chance to see this game. Just a chance.
Hey, you know, Sonny Johnson, when he puts on big games, he knows how to sell a crowd out. He does it every single year.
And this year, no different. If anything, the only difference is how quick it sold out. The step back corner three, offline, no good from Stanley. It's a loose ball, and it's CCC's to claim, and a foul is called, and that is Eric Johnson going up to attempt the finish. 39-23, 15 seconds on the clock. Still, I think we see some people from Richmond Heights, but they came in quiet. And that is not a bad thing at all. Do we think that will help them? The first is no good. Bickerstaff and Castro back in. They really haven't played too much in this third quarter, but they haven't had to. Just given the way this game has gone, a lot of the guys that you have seen called a lot have been the stars. It doesn't necessarily need to be a Bickerstaff or a Castro. A number of guys can make an impact for the Ville. And once again, it is their defense making a world of difference. 10 seconds left to go in the third. CCC could hold. Instead, they were quick. Loose ball, and it will go to CCC. If they want an avenue back in, now is the time. Make a basket here and go into the fourth quarter with a prayer in hand. Final shot upcoming of the frame. It's stripped at the horn. It won't count. It went in, but the horn denies Glenville. But they do not care. It is 39-23. The Ville over CCC. What a performance in the first three quarters by Glenville. 8 minutes left to go in game one when we return.
Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
The house is rocking here on Turney Road. 8 minutes left to go in regulation. 39-23, Glenville over CCC. He's Kurt Mariola. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening if you are just joining us here live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Castro pivoting and pumping. Will bounce it into Bickerstaff, and it goes out of play. An uncharacteristic error coming from the Tarblooders. But still, it's okay. They have a lead in hand. They just need to make sure they can close out this game. That's the goal. They can start games, as we talked about in pregame. It's just, can they finish them? And as well, after the final buzzer, stay tuned as we will announce our player/MVP of the game. During the break, they announced that Ohio State basketball coach Jake Diebler is in the house. We had last year's Coach Holtzman here, and I was able to get a picture with him in between the contests. I think we will see a lot of college coaches roll in here quietly. That is just the theme of this year's competition. Stolen by Driscoll, pumps back, and pumps it up and in. Donnie Driscoll continuing to give CCC a chance. Irby. And now a foul is called at the turnover. So CCC, it may be a 14-point game, but it's not over.
I believe, Nate, they just called 2 technicals on both teams between Duncan.
I mean, given the jarring that we have seen, you have to put an end to the nonsense at some point, and I don't mind them doing that there. It is still a 14-point game, a competitive basketball game. You do not want to lose these players. You do not want them going after each other, mouthing off, and just kind of putting a damper in this game. This has been an exciting game. Obviously, if you're an offensive fan, you might be thinking, really? Exciting? If you're a defensive mind, then, oh yeah, you're in heaven right now for sure. 7 minutes left to go in regulation. Duncan will take it off the pass from Alexander. A 14-point mountain to climb for CCC. Driscoll pivoting, pumping into the corner, and it won't count. A whistle will blow the play dead, and that will send CCC to the baseline. 2 fouls against the Ville, 1 against CCC so far in the fourth. Duncan will inbound. The immediate 3, well shy, no good. McPherson will pick up the pieces, and here come the Tarblooders once again. McPherson spinning, can't get it to go. Great transition play, but just not enough on the finish. And here come the Ironmen, down 14. A blocking foul will be called against Theo Castro. Right now, if you're Glenville, this is going great. You're slowing the game down. Some fouls are being called. Things aren't necessarily going the way of CCC, and now you use a full timeout. You can talk things over and settle things down. 6:33 on the clock. We step aside. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 6:33 on the clock in regulation. 39-25. Glenville over CCC. The Ironmen fighting down the stretch, looking to find any avenue back into this contest. Loose ball. Alexander can't keep track, and it should stay with CCC, and it does. It last hit a shoe of the Ville. A storyline of this game, no King Young. He's been on the floor, but really for the second half, he has played all of 5 minutes. And that's the top end of that range. Duncan moving inside will swing to the corner. Driscoll makes it. Donovan Driscoll from the near corner. We are back within 11. And here come the Ironmen looking to make a defensive stand and have an avenue back in. The avenue getting cleared. A block. A big one by James. And here comes CCC. Their fans starting to have a sense of belief. Driscoll will go inside in the lane. Banks it, no good. James comes down with it in traffic, puts it up and in. Deontay James, his first points of the game, and a timeout called, a 9-point contest as Kurt's announcer's jinx has struck again.
Yeah, you know, look at this. They were just down and out, but takes a little bit of better defense in the second half and get some scoring going. They got the scoring going. There's 5:38 left on this clock, but get a couple more stops. They could have this within 2 or 3 points.
Definitely can. 5:38 on the clock, and then we have Richmond and Garfield Heights. But the attention, it has come right back to this game. And you see this place. Is there any more scooching? No. This place is sold out. Except maybe a couple seats on the baseline. But it's standing room only. What time is it? 7:19. I feel like it has been really standing room only for a good 10 minutes by now. But this is just the way that NEO Youth Elite works. This is how it goes. Sonny Johnson is able to sell out not just the game, but a great show. And on top of it, we have 230 odd viewers online right now. Add them in here, there's no room for everyone. So once again, even with the live stream, we have record numbers of attendance and record numbers watching at home. And that's what you love to see.
And you do. And this event has been going on for so many years, but I think this is one of the most highly anticipated Neo Classics that we do have here in Garfield.
100% loose ball. Glenville keeping it as Driscoll goes to the floor. McPherson will swing to the corner. Vickerstaff once again is McPherson. Money! Trevor McPherson continues to dominate. 3 triples, 2 field goals. He has 13 points. And it goes the other way. A turnover. The Ville right back on top, dominating. Welcome to the Ville. This is their satellite. This is their satellite campus. Glenville has made Garfield Heights their own. And going back to the Bedford game, Coach Jermaine Gay thinks that he can do that here against Garfield. He said he will go 2-0 in this building. He is 1-0 as of right now. Vickerstaff spinning inside, jump ball, and no travel called. It goes the opposite way. Hopefully Coach Jermaine is watching and heard that, but still, he was adamant about it, and the way that his Bedford Bearcats have played this year, and especially in that win over Revere, they can definitely give Garfield a run for their money. But we will let that game happen when it happens. 4:30 on the clock. Can the Ironmen make an iron-worthy comeback? Duncan almost doing the split, somehow keeps his footing. Will swing, Foster, Sheffield. Pivoting, top of the arc, it goes to Duncan. Mike Duncan, and it is picked off by McPherson, and it's tipped forward. Somehow he keeps his composure, spins and banks it. Trevor McPherson has turned on the Jets at the death.
And you know, Glenville may have just put this game away.
Foster somehow not fouled. What excellent defense by the Ville not to commit a foul. And they will take it. Half of the fourth gone, half to go. Castro going inside in the lane, and an and one! Theo Castro calls game for the Ville. His 6th and 7th points, arguably the most important as he stomps his way into media row. If this result holds, our only repeat winner so far will be Wayne Memorial. And Garfield Heights looks to change that in the next one. To complete a crucial 3-point play, was it ever in doubt? Was it ever in doubt from Theo Castro? Irby will sub back in as Nelson checks out. He didn't play, to my knowledge, in the loss against Wayne Memorial, and that could be a key factor. The Tarblooders entering play today, averaging just under 70 a game, and they allow just under 55 a contest. Right now, the scoring not on point, but the defense, 100%. Driscoll, the heat check is in! Donnie Driscoll, serious range. Now a 14-point game. Here comes the press and trap. McPherson beats it. McPherson can't get it to go, and James will snatch. Another great technically sound rebound by Deontay James. And here come the CCC Ironmen with a last gasped effort. And McPherson picks up the pieces. Up to Castro. Finished. Theo Castro off the glass and in. He now has 10. 49-33. The trap growing even more by the Ville. James, the corner three, bounces high and hits the suspender.
Turnovers for CCC have been a problem this half, and that is what has not helped them get back in this game. But Glenville, they're going home with a nice victory tonight.
As things stand, they will, but you never know. Unless T-Mac himself comes here, it might be over. Irby in the lane makes it. 11 points for Braylon Irby. The supporting cast has played their role to a T tonight. Sheffield bodying his way in, can't get it to go. And here comes the Ville. Vickerstaff banks it, but not in, off the rim. And here comes Mike Duncan and CCC. 2 minutes on the clock, and these will be a solemn 2 minutes for the Ironmen. The floater off back iron. Vickerstaff brings it in, and a bucket from the field makes it a 20-point lead. Castro is swatted but fouled. And this is Glenville. When everyone doubted them, a lot of people doubted the Ville, but they proved why they have that nickname, and they proved a lot of people wrong. What a performance by Glenville.
Glenville tonight had everything under them. They had the pressure, but you know what? They had the spotlight. They have the fans. And it looks like Glenville plays a lot better when they got a lot of fans supporting them. As you hear it tonight, it's been a Glenville crowd. This is like their own home game in Glenville's gym.
With a basket here from Theo Castro, it will be a 20-point lead for the Ville. Theo Castro can't get that one to go. Rebound Irby, and Irby can't get it to go as well. James the rebound, and a foul called and over the back against Braylon Irby. .149 on the clock, and the encore still left tonight. Another big one, Kurt. Another big game. Garfield Heights and Richmond Heights, the nightcap, the last game of the calendar year for both, and the biggest game of the NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic the last 2 years. In the lane, Foster floats off iron, and here comes the Ville, and the slam is not there. That was LaSears on the attempt. The gasp from the crowd. The intrigue still there. Irby can't get it to go as Derek Alexander comes down with the rebound. We almost saw some sparks at the death. Donnie Driscoll barreling inside with the right hand, hooks it in, and an and one. Donovan Driscoll biting his way in. He has been on point tonight. Despite a loss, 21 points from Donnie Driscoll. He had 23 against Maple. So far this competition, averaging just around 22 points per game, and that's pretty good. That is what you want to see from one of your star players. King Young, the struggles were there, but he will bounce back. That is just the nature of who King is. He will take this one on the chin, and I'm sure he'll hear a lot on social media after this game. But he just needs to bounce back as the next time CCC takes the floor is in the new year against Mayfield on January 4th, 2025. Here comes the offense for one of the final times today of the Ironmen. Alexander hooking, rolls in. And those are Alexander's first points of the ballgame. 45 seconds on the clock. LaSears takes it in and banks it. Amir LaSears matches the output that he had in the game against Wayne Memorial last week. 30 seconds on the clock. Stay tuned after the final buzzer. After we go to our final commercial break, we will announce our player/MVP of the game. Driscoll clobbered in the lane. No foul. LaSears can't get to it. And Miji Johnson tries to show off the handles as he tries to bring it in. 19 seconds left to go. Kurt, a lot of potential nominees for player of the game, but still, it will be a tar bloodder. It is a red and white victory, and an alley-oop! Oh, it caught us off guard! Deontay James jams it at the net! Glenville didn't expect it, and that will give CCC some momentum going into the new year, but it is all Glenville, 54-40. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. This has been the 2024 NEO Youth League Christmas Classic on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you. 54-40. It is a victory for Glenville over CCC. Your player of the game will go to none other than Trevor McPherson. 15 points total, but 8 really quick. Kurt, talk about his impact, especially out of the gate.
He had a huge impact tonight, but by him scoring the way he did, playing defense the way he did, he helped Glenville to this victory. And the way he played tonight, he keeps playing like this on and on the rest of the season. Glenville's a good team. We know that. They won the big game now. What is anything better for them now? What can they do in the new year, 2025?
A lot of questions left to be answered. In the new year, Glenville will enter 2025 6-2. And CCC will enter it 5-2. Next game for the Ironmen is against Mayfield on January 4th, while the Tar Blooders, they have a great game against, get this, Brush. That will be a great battle. Chet Mason, he's been at Brush for a long time now, going up against the new buck in Atrix. A lot on the line. Speaking a lot on the line, here come the Richmond Heights Spartans to the floor. 15 minutes until tip-off. We will step aside and be back on the other game link for Game 2, Garfield Heights, Richmond Heights. For Kurt Mariola Jr., I have been Nathan Smee. Thank you for watching this battle between CCC and Glenville, and we will see you in 15 minutes. Richmond Heights, the big kahuna.